So I just want to let you know that Kamala Harris said she didn't pick Pete Buttigieg as her vice presidential running mate because he was gay.
No,
that's what she said. Because hey, what if he got that 3 a.m. phone call and he's still breastfeeding? Am I right? You can't have. This is true. She said in her book that she didn't pick him because he was gay. She goes on with gay person Rachel Maddow, and this is what she has to say about it. Watch this. She says two different things at once. Of course she does.
That's
Watch.
my girl.
I guess I'd ask you to just elaborate on that a little bit. It's hard to hear.
It's hard to hear that you didn't pick someone because they were gay, because that's something that you would accuse Donald Trump of doing, right? You'd accuse the right-wing MAGA people of hating gay people, so they would disqualify someone from being a vice president because they were gay. Turns out it was Kamala Harris who on purpose didn't pick Pete Buttigieg because he was gay, and she said so. And she says, that's a little hard to hear. Can you elaborate on that? Okay, boy, does she elaborate. Meaning, watch this.
Yeah.
With you running as, you're the first woman elected vice president. You're a black woman and a South Asian woman elected to that high office, very nearly elected president.
Imagine if Donald Trump said, I didn't pick my vice president. I didn't pick a black person because they were black. Yeah, I didn't want to pick a black person. I didn't want to pick a gay person. Imagine. But that's what she's literally said. And now she's given her the most easiest kid glove treatment in the world. But here we go.
That he couldn't be on the ticket effectively because he was gay. It's hard to hear.
No. That's not what I said.
So that is what she said. You can't be on the ticket because you're gay. So she goes, no. That's not what I said. Oh, really? What did you say? Listen to this.
That he couldn't be on the ticket because he is gay. My point, as I write in the book, is that I was clear that in 107 days, in one of the most hotly contested elections for president of the United States, against someone like Donald Trump, who knows no floor, to be a black woman running for president of the United States and as a vice presidential running mate, a gay man, with the stakes being so high, it made me very sad, but I also realized it would be a real risk. No matter how, I've been an advocate and an ally of the LGBT community my entire life. So it wasn't about any prejudice on my part, but
that
we had such a short period of time. And the stakes were so high. I think Pete is a phenomenal public servant. And I think America is and would be ready for that. But when I had to make that decision with 2 weeks to go, and maybe I was being too cautious, I'll let our friends, we should all talk about that. Maybe I was, but that's the decision I made, and I, as with everything else in the book, I'm being very candid about that.
Yeah.
With a great deal of sadness about also the fact that it might have been a risk.
Okay, so I don't know if you saw. She said she didn't say that, and then she goes, "Yeah, that's really why I didn't pick him, because he was gay, not because she's prejudiced." But because you are prejudiced. Did you hear that? She likes gay people. She's always stuck up, but I intentionally didn't pick a gay guy as my running mate, not because I don't like gay people, but because you don't like gay people. That's what she said. And in fact, that's what Western Lensman says. Kamala vehemently denies rejecting Pete as her running mate because he's gay, then goes on to explain how she rejected him as a running mate because he's gay. It's exactly what... No. It's not because he's gay. It's because he's gay. It's not because he's gay. It's because, as I write in the book, it's because he's gay. Just imagine if this was Trump saying this. Just imagine if this was J.D. Vance saying. Imagine if this was anybody else saying this. May says, no prejudice on her part, just her thinking that Democrats would be too prejudiced to vote for him. It's not me, it's the voters. It's not me. It's the voters. So she picked. So she didn't want to pick Pete Buttigieg because he's gay, and believe me, I wouldn't be surprised to find out when he goes home it's all an act. Right? He turns into Charlie Sheen. Right? For all we know, he could get home and immediately drop the routine for the cameras and get a bunch of hookers dressed as Hooter girls and bring him a basket of fries. So Pete Buttigieg was too gay, but this guy wasn't. This guy, not too gay. Maybe the one guy who's gayer than Pete Buttigieg. You ever see Pete Buttigieg do this? I've never seen him do that. It's fuck. Here's what the
I love that.
I like this. So Harris went with this guy. So Harris went with this guy. The real reason was not that Pete Buttigieg was unelectable because he was gay, but that nearly any semi-decent vice president choice would outshine Kamala Harris on the campaign trail, and her team knew it. They planted the Buttigieg is too gay idea into Harris's otherwise empty head so she could cosplay making a tough decision with the added benefit of making her think she could blame the American electorate and get away with it. But wait, surprisingly perceptive and articulate Kat, wouldn't that decision to skip Buttigieg because he's gay ruin her chances at a future in the Democratic Party if she lost in 2024, assuming this was revealed? Yes, it would ruin her future. So this is going to ruin her. If she ever wants to run again, this is not good. That she decided she denied a vice presidential running mate because he's gay. Yes, this would ruin her chances in the future with the Democratic Party. After she lost in November, they made sure it was revealed precisely to derail any possibility of Kamala Harris mounting a successful return. That Harris is so stupid that she could be tricked into pulling the pin on this anti-gay grenade herself is just icing on the cake. Wow. Perfectly said, the sarcastic Cat. That's exact. She's so monumentally empty-headed. And when she said this was a hotly contested election, I don't know what you call that. That's the electoral map. Even Tampon Tim couldn't stop that red wave. Am I right? Come on. Here's what. Did you know that Trump's Treasury Secretary is gay? And here's what he had to say about it.
She wouldn't take on Pete Buttigieg because he was gay, because she said it was a risk to have a running mate who was a gay man. Your reaction?
Three things, Maria. First, it shows her emphasis on identity politics, and the American people have moved on. Two, it shows how low regard she holds the American people. That she was just a terrible candidate. And three, you wouldn't pick Pete Buttigieg because he might have been the worst transportation secretary in history. Like, if I thought I was left a mess at Treasury, I can tell you, your friend, my friend, Sean Duffy, our great transportation secretary, Pete Buttigieg left him a mess. The FAA is a disaster. The Amtrak, anything to do with transportation was woefully neglected over the past 4 years. So, she judges him on his identity, his sexuality. Let's look and see whether he did a good job. Let's look on merit, and I can tell you, on merit, he's a failure, and on merit, she's a failure.
Okay. So there you go. But luckily, we don't use the merit system here because it's somethingist. You know what I mean? I'm sure we'll find a label for it, and the liberals will parrot whatever it is because Polly wants a cracker, just not that cracker. So, there it is. There you go. And if you'd like to hear Steph's amazing Kamala Harris impression, come see me in Hermosa Beach, Sacramento, San Francisco, and Australia. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. Come see me on tour in Hermosa Beach, Sacramento, San Francisco, Melbourne, Australia, Sydney, Australia, Brisbane, Burbank, California the day after Thanksgiving, and Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.